Howdy doody, y'all. I'm here to give you your daily Bible readings, and we are going to do the 16th chapter of 2nd Kings, and it's a short chapter. So I thought about giving you 2 chapters, but the 17th chapter is long. So I'm only going to give you 1 short chapter. But I might come back with something else. Not in Kings. Maybe. Possibly. Maybe not. We'll see. 2 Kings chapter 16. In the 17th year of Pekah, the son of Remaliah, Ahaz, the son of Jotham, king of Judah, began to reign. 20 years old was Ahaz when he began to reign, and reigned 16 years in Jerusalem, and did not that which was right in the sight of the Lord his God, like David his father. But he walked in the way of the kings of Israel, yea, and made his son to pass through the fire according to the abominations of the heathen, whom the Lord cast out from before the children of Israel. And he sacrificed and burnt incense in the high places and on the hills and under every green tree. Then Rezin, king of Syria, and Pekah, son of Remaliah, king of Israel, came up to Jerusalem to war. And they besieged Ahaz, but could not overcome him. At that time, Rezin, king of Syria, recovered Elath to Syria, and drave the Jews from Elath, and the Syrians came to Elath and dwelt there unto this day. So Ahaz sent messengers to Tiglath-Pileser, king of king of Assyria, saying, I am thy servant and thy son. Come up and save me out of the hand of the king of Syria, and out of the hand of the king of Israel, which rise up against me. And Ahaz took the silver and gold that was found in the house of the Lord, and in the treasures of the king's house, and sent it for a present to the king of Assyria. And the king of Assyria hearkened unto him, for the king of Assyria went up against Damascus, and took it, and carried the people of it captive to Kit, and slew Rezin. And King Ahaz went to Damascus to meet Tiglath-Pileser, king of Assyria, and saw an altar that was at Damascus. And King Ahaz sent to Urijah the priest the fashion of the altar and the pattern of it, according to all the workmanship thereof. And Urijah the priest built an altar according to all that King Ahaz had sent from Damascus. So Urijah the priest made it against King Ahaz came from Damascus. And when the king had come from Damascus, the king saw the altar, and the king approached to the altar and offered thereon. And he burnt his burnt offering and his meat offering, and poured his drink offering, and sprinkled the blood of his peace offerings upon the altar. And he brought also the brazen altar which was before the Lord from the forefront of the house, from between the altar and the house of the Lord, and put it on the north side of the altar. And King Ahaz commanded Urijah the priest, saying, Upon the great altar burn the morning burnt offering and the evening meat offering, and with the burnt offerings of all the people of the land, and their meat offering and their drink offerings, and sprinkle upon it all the blood of the burnt offering and all the blood of the sacrifice and the brazen altar shall be for me to inquire by. Thus did Urijah the priest according to all that King Ahaz commanded. And King Ahaz cut off the borders of the bases and removed the laver from off them, and took down the sea from off the brazen oxen that were under it, and put it upon a pavement of stones. And the covert for the Sabbath that they had built in the house, and the king's entry without, turned he from the house of the Lord for the king of Assyria. Now the rest of the acts of Ahaz which he did, are they not written in the book of the Chronicles of the kings of Judah? And Ahaz slept with his fathers, and was buried with his fathers in the city of David, and Hezekiah his son reigned in his stead. And that is that, y'all. 16th chapter of 2nd Kings. And y'all, I have been freezing my butt all day. Yesterday, I didn't see a thermometer, but the weather forecaster, or whatever you call it, said the weather station, which I guess the nearest one to me is in Hastings, Nebraska, and it said down here where I'm at was 97 degrees. And I worked outside all day yesterday, and I loved it. I was hot, I was sweaty, but I loved it because I wasn't freezing my butt. And then last night, another cold front blew in, and I have been cold all day today. I went outside a couple of times. I bought a big, you can't see my arms, but it's big cart, two-wheel cart. It's a little trailer with walls on it to pull behind my garden tractor to haul mulch and garden soil and stuff around behind the garden tractor. And it wasn't assembled, so the guys at the hardware store put it together for me, and then they delivered it this morning. And I just had them set it on my back porch, which is covered, and the wind was blowing like 180 something miles an hour out there. Plus it was real cold weather besides the wind blowing, and I didn't want to mess with it, and so I just put it on the back porch. And a while ago I decided I better lock it up in the garage before dark, or it might not be there when I woke up in the morning. So I went out there, and it is cold out there. I am not lying. With that wind blowing and what, I don't even know what the temperature is. I hadn't looked at the weather thing, but it is cold here, y'all. It's cold inside here, and I got the heater going. It's going right now, but I'm still cold. I'll sure be glad when summer gets here, and when it does, I'm going to enjoy both weeks. That's about as long as my summer is here, and then it'll start getting cold again. I got all those vegetable seeds I showed y'all yesterday to plant. I've got the lumber, 2x10s, to build a raised bed, but I can't find any dirt. I've always bought bags, like 50-pound bags of dirt up at the hardware store here for my gardens. I can't find, he doesn't have any. He said he couldn't get any this year. So I don't know what, and I've got the guy that demolished the house next door and cleared that lot next door. He does dirt work. You know, he's got those tractors and does all kind of dirt work. And I didn't know how to contact him. All I know is his first name and not his last name or anything. So his sister lives behind me, and I sent her a text and asked her if she could get him to call me, and she said she would, but that was 24 hours ago, and he hadn't called yet. I imagine he knows someplace I can get some soil, but I don't know how to get in touch with him. Uh, and I don't know, back in Texas, the Foreman Ranch supply that was out in the country near my country house, they had they had garden soil and topsoil and gravel and all kind of big mountains of stuff you could drive your trailer or your pickup, and they would load it. They had a tractor with the front end loader. They would load it for you however much you wanted. And I would get garden mix from them. It had chicken manure and a good compost and topsoil mixture, and it was good stuff. And I would always get my pickup loaded up to the top of the cab with that stuff and go rake it off. I had a bigger trailer than the one I bought yesterday that got delivered today behind my tractor there, and I'd haul that whole bed load of pickup bed load of garden mix to gardens when I'd build a new garden, because it's a whole lot better than a black gumbo down there. And I don't know what the soil is here. It's hard as a rock. I can't dig in it with the shovel. And I bought a tiller the first year I was here, and it just bounced on the surface. It wouldn't do anything. So I just build raised beds, and I need dirt. I need dirt. Oh, excuse me for that. But that's it. Oh, that's my redneck update. And somebody's calling me. I don't know. Hey, I'm I'm doing a YouTube video. Can you call me right back? Yeah, but happy late birthday, but I'll call you back. All right, thanks. Bye. Sorry about that. That was a friend here in town that I don't know what he wants. Sometimes he does work for me, but he's had a real job lately and hadn't had time to do work for me. So I don't know what he wants, but I'll find out. All right. I love y'all. Oh, and y'all, I give away Bibles every month. And this month I am having a hard time giving away 3 Bibles. I give away 1 Bible a month, and one of my subscribers, James, is a fairly new Christian, and he felt like God wanted him to give away 2 Bibles a month, and he has been doing it through my subscribers for the last several months, and he wants to give away 2 Bibles. I gave mine away. One of y'all wanted a Bible, a special Bible, one that cost more than I normally spend, but I bought it. And so James wants to give his 2 away. So I need 2 people that needs Bibles. And it'll be what he gives away is just like the one I use, which is a very nice Bible. I love my Bible. And this is what I normally give away, and it's what James gives away. So, y'all, 2 of you, the first 2 to leave a comment, say you want or you need a Bible, you'll get it. All right, from James through my channel. All right, thank you, my friends. I love y'all. I appreciate you. If you're not subscribed to my channel, subscribe. I share Jesus and his holy word every day. God bless you, friends.